Radhika. Narada Muni is a Narayan Bhakt. He's a perfection of Dasyarati. He's a Bhakti avatar. He spreads devotion everywhere. He wrote Narada Bhakti Sutras. He dipped in Gopi Bhav for a second, but then he came back out. So he knows something about Gopi Bhav. Padma Puran, I read myself, has a chapter called Naradiya Gopi. The day Narada Muni, he said, what's it like to be a gopi? I don't want to be one too long, just a little brief experience. And it's a long story of how he got the desire, and I've told it on Braj Mandal Yatra. You can listen on SoundCloud. He was there. Srivas Thakur was listing all these fabulous glories of Radharani from Srup Damodar. But he's a Narayan Bhakta. He's Narada Muni. So he heard all this and he smiled. He said, hey, Sarup, hey, Damodar, you're saying so many things about your Radharani and the opulence. You're talking about Braj Sampat and the opulence and the wealth of Braj. Sampat means, or Sampati. Sampati means wealth, power, wealth, it means riches. So even that verse was there because Damodar was saying, this is Braja Sampat. All the bhav and the lilas and the sweetness and the butter stealing and all these things. Shivas Hasya Kahe Shuna Damodar Amara Lakshmir Deka Sampatti Vistar. Because Damodar, Srup Damodar, he was describing Braj and the opulence of Braj, which means the Braj Sampat. And he says, you're talking about the opulence of your Radharani and your Braj Damodar? He smiled, Hasya. My dear sir, this is a translation. It just says, hey, Damodar, Shunye, you want to see how opulent my goddess of fortune is, my Lakshmi Devi? Amar Lakshmira Deka Sampati Vistar. Lakshmi Devi Sampati, her wealth, her riches is so vast. And you're Vrindavan? And is Radharani Vrindavan Vrindavanera Sampadeka Pushpa Kisalayam Giri Datu Shiki Picha Gunja Phalamaya. As far as the Sampati of Vrindavan is concerned, what is it? What is your Vrindavan Sampad anyway? It's some flowers and twigs, Pushpa Kisalaya. And Giri Datu, it's some minerals and some yellow, orange, brown, red, little white, some powders from Giri Govardhan, and a few peacock feathers, and some fruit of the gunja plant, which is a little gunja seed, red and black. You call this opulence? You call this wealth? Then he says, Dugda auti dhadi mate tamar gopigan amar takorani vaise ratna simhasan. It's comparing, contrasting your Lakshmi, your Radha with my Lakshmi. Srup Damodar is Radha and Vrindavan with my Lakshmi and Narayan. So I thought this was an appropriate discussion since the gopis, since 2 or 3 verses, they're comparing themselves to Lakshmi and Krishna to Narayan. So that's why our Braj Leela pushed us into Gaur Leela. The wave of the Braj Leela pushed us into the ocean of Gaur Leela. Then the ocean of Gaur Leela will rise into a tidal wave and throw us deeply into the Leela of Braj. This is how the synergy of the Gaur Lila and Braj Lila. The waves of one push one into the other, and the waves of the other one submerge one in the other. So they're mutual. So this is the beauty of our fortune as being Gaudiya Vaishnavas. We get the blessings and the kripa and the karuna of Audharya Bhagavan. Audharya Bhagavan Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki Jai. Audharya means without considering anything, compassion. Overflowing compassion, just compassion for everyone, no consideration, no distinction, no discrimination. Everyone gets the mercy. So the Audharya, all the lilas of Krishna and Radharani are woven into Gaur Lila. But woven in the lilas of Radha and Krishna, which Gaur is experiencing in his Gaur Lila, is the Audharya, the kripa and the mercy and compassion for the surrendered Gaudiya Vaishnavas to submerge themselves. Radha Krishna Lila Magana, Radha Krishna Lila Magana, they can deeply submerge themselves in the bhavas and feelings of the gopis and Krishna by the mercy of Gaur and Gaur Lila. That's why Lord Chaitanya has personally revealed all these leelas in the hearts of Srup Damodar, and Srup Damodar revealed all these teachings and leelas in the heart of Raghunath Das Goswami. And if it wasn't for Raghunath Das Goswami, we wouldn't know about Gaur Chandrika, we wouldn't know about the principle of Gaur Lila bringing us into Krishna Lila. And we wouldn't be able to write about it and glorify it. The Padakartas, they glorify the Gauranga Arnava, Gaur Rasa Arnava, the rasa-filled ocean of Gaur Lila brings us up to the lotus feet of Krishna. So Raghunath learned all these leelas and heard all these leelas, and he directly witnessed all these leelas himself, and he heard from Srup Damodar. And he came to Shamakund, and he told all these leelas and revealed everything he collected to Krishnadas Kaviraj. And then Krishnadas Kaviraj made a joint venture with Madan Gopal. And Madan Gopal wrote this book. Thakurji Madan Gopal wrote the Chaitanya Charitamrita using the hand of Krishnadas Kaviraj. So this is our fortune.